First off, everybody, I want to apologize because I've released several videos and I've been making a reference to this video, and I realized just a day ago I never released it. It's just been sitting there waiting to get posted. So I took it down, tweaked it just a little bit, and I'm going to release it now so you can have the information I've been talking about in like maybe 4 or 5 different videos. So I hope you enjoy the information. Remember, this stuff came out, I want to say almost 2 months ago. I first saw it right after Corvettes in Carlisle, so that's why it was so significant to me. But let's get into that video. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ICNV Drivers Edition. Today I want to touch a really quick topic on how hard is it really going to be to get the C8 Z06. And I'm going to be honest with you, this has nothing to do with the simple fact they stopped production, and they're talking about not taking any more orders until 2023. Let's talk about it.
I just wanna be iconic, sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah.
Before we continue on, please hit the like button. Like buttons make a difference, especially when it gets content like this in circulation for all you Corvette enthusiasts. So hit the like button so this information gets circulated to fellow Corvette enthusiasts. Also subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. As you see, we're on a steady pace and we're almost at that goal. So please hit that like button. Share the video, share it to other Corvette enthusiasts, especially since I own one, but we do cover other topics. Now, let's get back into this video. So the first thing I want to sit there and say to you is this, that maybe I was slightly wrong when I sat there and said the fact that they shut down production or taking orders for 2022 going into 2023 is not why this vehicle is going to be hard to get. Let's get that out the way. That's going to play a really huge key factor, because all the cars that could have been built between September until production starts up again sometime 2023, those cars will never be made up. Understand that. Now, what's really triggering this video for me, a conference with the Corvette plant manager, and the information in that video was very, very key. And the reason why that information in that video was very key, because he was telling you what it takes to build a Corvette. That was information that we had never seen before. But now it also kind of explains why you see what you see. And I'll give you a quick explanation of it. Now, what happens is he tells you to get a certain target number of cars built daily. He has a goal in mind, or the plant has a goal in mind. To build these cars, they cannot build certain combinations together. So what does that mean? He came out and literally sat there and said, for a base Corvette Stingray, they cannot build 2 Corvette convertible Stingrays back to back, or it will shut the assembly line down and they will lose time. So for them to build a hardtop convertible, they're almost building a hardtop convertible base C8, I think every 2 to 3 coupes that are made. Think about that. So that's probably one key factor why the production numbers of the HTC are a little bit lower. When they actually came out and started getting produced, they did attempt to run the assembly line, making 2 Corvette HTCs back to back, and it slowed down the production numbers. So That's an important factor. Now, with that still being said, because the Corvette base C8 is still going to be in the production when it comes to the Z06, what he goes on to sit there and say is that when building a C8, and we're talking about a coupe right now, Z06, they cannot build a C8 Z06 back-to-back or will detrimentally slow down the line. At this point, it now comes into strategic planning, because they feel like for one every 3 coupes, or every what do you say, for like 1 every 3 coupes they can build a C8 Z06 coupe, but they need to do 1 every 3 base Corvettes to build a C8 Z06 HTC. That's crazy. And then if you add on the Z07 package, which I think that's even more funny, it takes more time, so they have to space the cars out even more. So when you look at this information, like I said, listen to it, it's very key. Their ability to build a C8 Z06 in conjunction with the other cars is going to become limited. So regardless, and I say this again, regardless if they can actually get the parts up, they're not going to be putting out a lot of cars daily. I think, and I may have missed that information, I probably need to go back and watch the video and update on this. So if I do, you will see a fade to black screen with the actual numbers.
So we don't have the ability to make any 100% of any specific option. It has to be mixed. So on the assembly line, the level of complexity is really pretty, it's pretty fantastic. And as an example, we never build 2 convertibles in a row. Why do we not do that? It's because the convertibles take a little bit of extra time and energy with our operators. And if we built 2 of them at a time, we would end up shutting the line down for short periods of time, and we avoid that by building a coupe and then a convertible. As we look forward to the Z06, we would never build, for the same reasons, Z06 variants back to back. So we build those and go back and forth with Stingrays. Z07 package for the Z06, we also have these rules, no more than 2 of them per hour, and if you remember, we produce 11.6 cars per hour, so that's another restriction. We send cars to Japan. They're also right-hand drive. They also have some other unique aspects, so we don't build those back-to-back. California emissions, unique in the fact that it requires special stickers to disclose that these cars are California regulatory requirements are all met. 70th anniversary, no back-to-back. Dual tops, no back-to-back. Front lift, no more than 3 in a row because of the extra time that it takes. And then 20% max of the same paint color per day for a number of reasons in our paint shop. So if you think about that and you apply all of the rules, and then you apply right-hand drive, all the export versions that we have, it gets to be really, really complex.
But if I'm not mistaken, and this is what becomes the big key part of it is, they're looking somewhere, I think, between 10 to 20 Z06s a day, as of right now, depending on the builds. So if you build in several C8 Z06s with the Z07 package, it's going to slow down production. If you put in some mixed cars with no Z07 package, they can build a couple more. This is interesting information. So knowing this information now, and like I said, and I told you guys in the previous video, and then they're talking about intermingling the E-Ray, which to me will take longer to produce than the C8 Z06, and they're going to have to find a way to put that car into play as well. So production of the cars going forward, these numbers are going to start, to me, and I'm telling you now, get smaller. So don't think the increase of Corvette production is going to go up, because everybody's like, oh, GM's going to get to a point where they start pushing out 30,000 or 40,000 cars. If you listen to this information they're releasing, they may never push out 35,000 cars. I mean, that's the goal, But when they throw in the Z06 and then they toss in the E-Ray with the electric and the gas motors, and I tell you that's going to take way more production time than the Z06. But they probably have more parts for that, meaning on the battery side, than they actually have for the Z06 on the flat crank engine side. So it's going to get interesting. But I'm just sharing this information with you so you can be aware that getting your hands on a C8 Z06 is going to become a challenging issue. And then when the E-Ray drops, if you're waiting for that, which I even came out and said myself that, hey, the E-Ray may be the answer. I'm telling you now, the E-Ray may not be the answer just because of production times. I think it'll be easier to build in larger numbers because of parts, but in production time, we're gonna see how that plays out. So just giving you guys a quick update on information that's already been out there. I'm just telling you what that information actually means and how you should interpret it. So ICNV Drivers Edition, please hit the like and subscribe, share the video. I don't think anybody's talked about this yet, so let's get this information out there. And like I told you before, thank you guys for watching the video. Stay safe out there, stay blessed, and I will see you in these streets. Peace.